And I got this video from a friend the other day that was fascinating, and it's all about the newer generations, the younger generations, Gen Z, and the relationship to cash. Now, we say cash is king around here, but there's a new slogan for Gen Z, cash is free.
I can't wait.
I know, it sounds like an oxymoron. So we're going to play the video, and we'll get your reaction.
Okay.
The other day I was out, and I made a purchase at a store, and the Gen Z person who was checking me out said that'll be 18 something. And I pulled out of my purse a 20 and I gave her the 20. And I said, I just have cash. And she said, oh wow, that's like it's like free. And I said, oh, what do you mean? And she said, well, if you pay with cash, it's free. And I said, I don't know what you mean. And she said, well, like if you have a $5 bill and you buy a coffee for $4.98, it's like a free coffee. It's like it doesn't count. Cash doesn't count. It's not real money. And I was very confused by this. So I came home, and both of my kids are Gen Z, and I asked them both, what was she talking about? And my daughter, who is 18, said, yeah, cash doesn't count. If you have cash, it doesn't count. It's not like it's real money. The real money is what's in your on your debit card. Is this true?
Is this true?
I love this. Love her energy there. She's just as confused as all of us.
That is so funny.
It raises an interesting question.
Okay. So here's my
What's your take?
my like knee-jerk reaction. So when we say around here cash is king, yes, actual cash is part of that, but I also under that say like but it's your money. Like part of that is meaning you have the money to pay for something. So whether that's money in a bank account or that is money you tangibly have in your hand, the idea is yes, debt is dumb, cash is king. Cash is
your money.
Yes. But studies have a layer deeper. Studies have shown that you spend 12 to 18% less when you spend actual cash.
You feel the pain.
Because you feel the pain
You're letting go of
your own money. Versus a debit card, I think is a little bit different, but versus a credit card where you have no emotional attachment because you know I'm just going to pay it, I'm going to try to pay it at the end of the month and there's time and I'm fine. There's just no big emotion there. So all that to be said, I like that they at least said that what's in your checking account is what counts. And I'm like, is it because you can track it? Like if if I swipe my debit card, I have to track that transaction for me in every dollar. Or if you go on your online bank statement, you see it shows up. Even though it's already been paid, it's there. So I guess their feeling is once it's gone, and it's not traceable anymore, and it feels freer.
This generation,
than it,
they grew up in a digital world.
For sure. Yes. They're
Especially
not
when
used
it
to
comes to
actually
money.
having cash. I thought the TikTok was going to go to that she didn't know how to make change or something. She had never seen cash. Like I thought I was going, but it's funny that it didn't even feel, it didn't even feel real. And there's a part of me that I kind of, small part, I get it.
Yeah.
I had some cash. I don't even know what it was from, but it was in my purse. And I went, is Shalotsky's, is that like a national chain?
Yeah.
Sandwich chain?
Shalotsky's.
Shalotsky's, it's so good. So I went through and I paid $10. It was like $9 whatever, and I paid $10. And I was like, okay, I won't have to track that in my EveryDollar app. Like, it's not going to show up on my bank statement. Like they're
Rachel's admitting it felt free. There's
a small because that money in my purse was not saying, oh, this is my food envelope. Like I didn't have an intentionality
if it's outside of
for that $10 bill that I don't even know where it came from really. Yeah, does that make sense? Like so it did kind of I get the feeling, even though it's really funny to say out loud.
I love that it sounded like you were buying something on the dark web and you were just buying a sandwich at Schlotsky's.
Is that what I said?
Schlotsky's.
Is that how I set it up?
I haven't even heard that restaurant name since like 1994. I love that Rachel's still holding it.
Oh, and #1 without black olives all day. Okay.
Rachel's keeping it alive.
What do you think? What do you think, George?
Yeah, my take is this. I don't think Gen Z has any real reason to handle cash. And so when they do get it, it's usually a gift from a relative. That's right. It's from a birthday. It's from Christmas. Their paychecks are direct deposited, and then they use their card, and they never have to physically touch cash. And when they do have it, they go, well, that was from a gift. And so it didn't really feel like it's bonus money.
Yes.
So I can use this more frivolously.
That's fair. And
that's how I see it.
Okay, I'm going to keep going because I'm like, but then on the other side, all the cash stuffing went nuts like last month.
Yes.
Where they were actually cashing out their paychecks and doing the envelope system. They called it cash stuffing this folder.
It's a new trend that's been around since like the beginning of time.
So some of them are embracing this cash life and love it because they realize how responsible you can be with it. Where on the other opposite end, it doesn't even feel like money to them.
Yeah. Well, and when you see cash now, it's like, whoa, that's a lot of money because you don't
Yes.
see money anymore.
I know.
And so it's an interesting, conversation.
How do you
And
feel if if $10 just showed up in your wallet and you can't remember how it got there?
I see it as bonus
and you
money.
went to Shalotsky's
not
and got
not
a
going
number
to do
one.
that.
Got a number one without black olives. Would you feel like?
It would feel a little bit like bonus money.
Yeah.
I wouldn't feel like obligated to go deposit that in my bank account and then budget for that. I would go, okay, sweet. I got $10 from wherever.
Sure.
So here's my thing. If that's you and you feel that way and you want to get control of your money, go deposit it into your bank account. You can do that at ATMs. I know
Yeah.
they're like, what do I even do with cash? You can put it into the bank. That's amazing. But if you do that, then it's on your debit card and you can budget for it, with every dollar and all that. And even with every dollar, there's simple ways you can still budget $200 for groceries and then cash that out into an envelope and actually spend that cash and track it.
Yes.
So it's still possible. You don't
Yeah.
get an excuse to not budget because you use cash.
Absolutely. Yes. And the intentionality, and actually it is very helpful when you're intentional with cash and you do something like the envelope system. It does help because you see, okay, I only have this much money left and out to eat, or it has a purpose.
Yes. You know I'm a frugal guy, Rachel. So here's
You are
where
a
I
frugal
use
guy.
cash. Every 2 weeks, I get my hair cut. And my
No.
barber has a $5 discount if you pay with
No,
cash.
and you do it.
And I do the cash discount. So I always need to have cash on hand to
How
pay
much
for
you
my
how much you
haircuts.
pay? Will you?
I'll tell America how much I pay. It's $35 for a
Wow,
haircut.
that's really good, George.
Thank
I thought
you.
you were going to be way more bougier than that.
No, and I'm frugal. You know me, Rachel. I'm always
I
trying to get a deal.
know. The hair is great.
And I tip. Okay, make sure you tip your barbers, okay?
for sure.
So there we go. Cash is still king, even in 2022, Gen Z. You hear me? It's not free money. Budget for it. Get control of it. This is The Ramsey Show.